Welcome, everybody, to Sunset City, the podcast where the sun never sets and it's an existential nightmare. Moaning on the end of the table there is Wayne. And to the left of him, we have Suris.
Hello!
And you have me, Pup. But you don't have Nick or Gilly in today's episode. They both just got a lot going on, so they quit the show. No, they just couldn't be here today.
Every Sunset City member quits and then comes back in perpetuity.
Exactly. But guys, this is an exciting and historic episode because we are on episode 99, which is the final ever episode of Sunset City. No,
we made a blood pact. No, we made a blood pact.
We're going to end on episode 99.
We will never get to episode 100. And because we've made that blood pact, if we do choose to go forward with another episode, one of us will die. None of us want to take that risk.
We all pissed blood into the same pot chamber.
I've got the Necronomicon in the back, ready to go at any time.
Oh, hell yeah. Boys, we have some subjects today to talk about.
Are we royalty now?
Yes. So, why don't you guys take the lead on this? Where do you want to begin?
I think the best place to begin is probably something small, right? So, like, we got confirmation of something that most people already know about, and that is we have a different box art.
Oh,
we have a different box art for Origins Plus.
Oh, okay. That was kind of smart what you did there. Maybe you didn't do anything and I'm just being silly. But yes,
we have a localized box art for Origins Plus.
Sonic Origins Plus, yeah. We knew about the alternate box arts, but what we didn't realize was that they would alternate based on region. So that's cool.
That's one of the cool things about getting physical releases, at all. I'm still kind of miffed that Origins didn't have a physical release originally. They're just like, hey, we're going to wait and see. We're going to wait and see if this collection of all of the original Sonic games that we totally did not botch sells well enough to warrant us selling it to you again.
It's money, innit? Like, whatever brings in the Benjamin Franklins, how it is. But, yeah, I will say this much. Like, I had no intentions of buying the damn game again, but they really sold me with those flippable box arts. And I want to quickly make a retraction. I think in one of the Sunset City episodes when we were talking about Origins Plus's announcement, I said that it was really funny that Knuckles was holding a 32X. Now, that was my mind filling in some gaps. He was actually just holding a Sonic and Knuckles cartridge. And, yeah, so I basically poked fun at something I completely made up. Guys, I have made a severe and continuous lapse in judgment, and I couldn't be more sorry. I'm growing, I'm a work in progress, I will change.
Nobody's perfect. Insert YouTuber apology number 3,685.
Oh, fuck, I forgot to go out and bicycle for a few hours just to get my breath up. So I could be guys.
I'm gonna shatter your kneecaps with a Sega Mega Drive.
You need the fake tears, too.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Someone splashed my face with water. But, yeah, so the covers are different based on region. So, in the UK, or in Europe, I guess, it says Mega Drive instead of Genesis, and it has a backdrop inspired by the Sonic 1 Mega Drive releases box art. The Japanese one is, once again, more inspired by Japanese Sonic box art. It's got those sort of color patterns and stuff. And the USA one, it says Genesis atop it, and the image is the same, but it has, like, a background that's a bit more Sonic Mania inspired. So, guys, what are our general thoughts on these box arts, the regional box art thing? Like, what are we thinking?
It makes me kind of, and I shouldn't do this, but this is the trading card collector in me. It makes me want to collect the different physical editions and put them in a case. Like, I shouldn't do that because it's not a quality product, but it's that part of me that it's the trading card collector part of me.
I mean, it may well be a much better product than last time. Fingers crossed. Like, hope the next one's better.
It just like it just scratches that little thing in the back of the head that's like, hey, you'll be satisfied when you collect all of them. No, you won't, but you'll try.
It sounds like you got some stuff to work out there. When?
Maybe.
You've been quiet. What do you got?
I like them. They're cute. They're also kind of obvious. It's the same thing that they did with Mania when it came out. So, you know.
I really like the artwork, but there's one thing that does bother me about this. Yep, okay, everyone get ready to roll your eyes. Something bothers me. I don't like the fact that the USA version has gone for a Mania style. They should have had something Greg Martin inspired for it, I think. Like, if they
I think that would have been too confusing. I feel like...
It wasn't in the 90s, though, and we didn't even have Google to look up why it looks different.
And not to mention, well, hold on, real quick. We've had regional differences in box arts for multiple game franchises for years. The only thing that changes on this one, as far as we can... Like, the only thing that changes on this one is the border, basically.
And the
actual character. Yeah, the border and background. Like, the actual characters are identical the whole way down.
The exact same render. And I get that. Maybe it was a little unrealistic, me wanting them to make a completely different set of renders for the USA one. But I don't know, I've always found it annoying how, like, I'm going to sound like Nick here, so I'm kind of taking his place, but I've always found it annoying how the USA end of Sonic tends to get erased, as if it doesn't matter, you know?
I think those old artworks looked bad, and I think it would have just looked bad for the sake of being nostalgic.
Look, I think they look bad too, but we'll talk about those old artworks because we have a topic about that planned as well today.
Oh, we do?
Yes, we do. The Tails thing.
Oh, yes. Alright, well, does anyone have anything further to say on these box arts, or are we good?
I mean, I would have liked actual different artwork. I still want to collect them, because, like, the Genesis one is just really, really charming, but I also like the more white Mega Drive one.
I prefer the USA background, so I think, like, we got that star-crossed thing going on there, but, like,
We want what we couldn't have!
Exactly, but, I mean, who knows, maybe I'll be in the States when it comes out. No, I won't. There's no way I'm coming back to the States anytime soon. But,
You like the United States, don't you?
You like the Scooby-Doo, don't you? But,
Not my country, you stupid dog.
Leave. Yeah, even then, it's a reversible cover, you know? I don't think some Greg Martin would have hurt on a reversible cover. And it's one of those things where, good or bad, I just think if you're gonna embrace Sonic's history, embrace all of it. But that's just me. I do get what you were saying, Wayne, even though I honestly really like the Greg Martin stuff. Like, fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
I don't. I think it goes back to, like, what Nick was complaining about with Knuckles' hat. I feel like it looks different enough to be off model.
Oh yeah, I wasn't here for the Knuckles discussion last week, so...
Oh, okay.
Is it okay if I quickly just get caught up on what you guys think of the Knuckles stuff?
I think me and Wayne both were on the same page.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I like the Knuckles hat, and I'm happy I'm happy that we've gotten more stuff with the Knuckles hat, because I like the Knuckles hat.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we had Sonic X, and I didn't like Sonic X as a kid because the 4Kids dub soured me on a lot of shows that I probably would have liked growing up. They did really well on some shows, and then other shows they just kind of butchered. So I wasn't a huge fan of that, but I would scour for supplementary Sonic material that was official. I was never really big into Sonic fanfics. So, like, the OVA was just one of those comfort things that I would always just return to and be like, this is fun. I like this. I'm happy I have this, because at least this isn't Sonic X. I guess I felt towards Sonic X the way that Nick felt towards the early Archie comics. Where it's just like, this is my supplementary material, really. This is my extra thing. But I always liked the OVA, so I've always liked the hat. I never could understand why the hat was on his head in the OVA, but I've always liked it. So
was that like the general consensus of the table, or like...
No, Nick went on a whole rant about how he hates the hat. He's always hated the hat. It makes Knuckles look off-model. He thought it was so stupid that some of the only supplementary material he got had the stupid hat. And now that the hat's coming back, everybody's so happy about the hat, and he's just upset.
So he wants them to bring back Sonic stuff from more niche stuff until it's the stuff he doesn't want them to bring back.
I mean...
Same old Nick. But
I mean, that's kind of how it is. All of us have that same kind of hang-up about something, though.
I'm just happy whatever they bring back. You know, like
We understand, Pup. You have no standards. You don't have to remind us.
It's all history. It's all important to me. You know, like. But what say you, Wallace? Like, what say you, man? What do you got? What do you got for the hat? The Knuckles show. You got any thoughts?
I think it's got a premise that gives it the opportunity to actually do something interesting and, like, actually something good for both characters. I don't think they're going to take it, but the opportunity is there.
I kind of agree. Like, I think a lot of people, like, heard the premise of, like, you know, Knuckles is going to team up with Wade to help him learn the ways of the warrior. Now, the thing is, like, obviously people are unhappy to see Wade come back because he's a one-note character, but it's like, it's a chance to make him not one-note, I guess. We'll see if they take it.
I've never really hated Wade.
I mean, yeah, I don't hate Wade either. I think
he was inoffensive in the first movie, and in the second movie, I actually kind of find him endearing. But that's because I like his dynamic with Stone, where he's like desperately trying to be the competent sidekick, and Stone's like, "No, I'm actually a sidekick.
Wiggle your digits.
Competent."
You smell like a snack plate. Yeah, I had one earlier. Like, yeah, no, I do actually like Wade. There's only one time I was like, okay, shut up, Wade, and that was when he's like, oh, like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I'm like, no. Like the Death Egg Robot, okay? Have a little pride. But that's more just, like, writing-wise. Anyways, I think a lot of people are disappointed, though, because they feel like we were expecting maybe the Chaotix might show up, maybe we explore a little Angel Island or whatever. There's no saying they can't include that with Wade in tow, to be fair. You could still see other Sonic characters, like, even if they're doing the most down-to-earth thing, like, let's say they gotta fucking win a tennis match or something, like, you could still be like, oh, they're playing against Metal Sonic or something, you know? Like, there's still ways of putting these different characters in there in a fun way. So, honestly, I'm looking forward to it. I love this version of Knuckles. I am happy to see the hat. And, like, I mean, if it makes me feel something, it's already better than Sonic Prime. You know?
Sonic Prime to me is at best inoffensive, so I get that.
Prime is just Prime is
safe.
as mid as it gets, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Last week I was fine. Today, I just don't like this series.
So what you're saying is you're quitting on episode 99.
Yeah,
like the rest of us.
You absolute jackasses.
I think
taking y'all down with me.
If I were to just like psychoanalyze you for a second, Wayne, like the asshole that I am, I would say that
don't let him do that, Wayne. You didn't consent to him psychoanalyzing you, so don't let him do it.
I'm consenting. Go for it.
I think you played the Wyvern fight one too many times and realized that you will never experience a high like that ever again in this series.
Until you fight the Knight.
And now you're dealing with
Knight's not as cool.
The Knight
now
is
you're
cooler.
dealing with the postpartum of that.
The Knight's my favorite.
You're coming down.
Yeah.
Knight's cooler.
The Knight and Giganto are fights. The Wyvern is also that, but it's also a fucking chase. It is intense.
Yeah, but with the Knight, you get that amazing moment where he does the big chop, and that, like, I felt my soul ascend from my body when he did that.
When he splits him in half at the end?
Yeah, I was just like, yes.
So, my only thing is that I've seen that too many times. That is, like, the tropiest anime thing possible you can do with a sword.
It's true, but for me, that was the moment where I was like, this is a pure Sonic game. It's blooded. That's what Sonic's all about. Like,
I just, like, there's something infinitely cooler to me about, like, making the Wyvern, like, swallow all of his missiles and then just fucking explode. Yeah, you're chasing him down through this entire island that you just explored, and you're, like, seeing all of these landmarks in a completely different context.
You just like him because he's phallic. Yeah, I said it.
What?
you just like him because he looks like a dick.
So you're thinking, so I'm wielding the giant sword and shoving it on you, like, that's not phallic to you?
Bro, does everything look like a dick to you, Suris, man? Come on, man, grow up.
I would have had more respect for the Knight fight if they had given you a moment at the end where you're actually just mashing the fucking X button to wail on him with the sword.
Okay,
and
I can
then
agree.
you finish it off by. And the only only reason I say that is because I've played Revengeance, and it
No, that's
taught me
fair.
to want that.
I just when that happened, I was just like, Sonic is back. Like that's my
That's
guy
kind of-
right there.
It's kind of like I'm not sure if did either of you finish Secret Rings?
I got
long
stuck.
ass time ago.
I got stuck.
Okay, so you know in the Althwala Layla fight when you actually get like that quick time event charge up for Sonic's like melee attack, and he just starts just randomly just beating the shit out of the boss in Darkspine Sonic mode, something like that but with sword.
Yeah.
By the way,
I should stress the Knight and Giganto are also both cool as fuck fights. I respect the Knight. The song has grown on me. I still don't like it as
Giganto.
much as Breakthrough at all, but it's good, and it's a good fight. Nothing quite hit like that.
Well, I'm sure we can all agree that Supreme is the best.
No.
I like his
think for me,
design
like-
though. I like how he looks. He looks cool.
He looks like every Evangelion I've ever seen, and I
That's
love
what
that.
Giganto. Yeah, like
That makes me
he's like-
happy.
He's like Giganto, but with a cool hat. You know, like and a backpack.
I will say my only issue with Knight is that I find the Knight fight more awesome in concept than in execution. Like, there's a lot of stuff about how that fight works, like when he's firing the missiles at you and you're dodging them while running towards him, or when you're trying to, like, align the shield with where he's going. A lot of stuff that would look really cool in an animated series or in a comic book, but in the game itself it feels really clunky to do. And I didn't feel any of that clunk in Giganto or Wyvern. So I guess that's where I am with Knight. Like I like Knight in concept. I really like the concept of the Knight fight. I just think in execution it's a bit wobbly.
Oh, by the way, I've just added one more subject to the piss. There's one thing I remembered, so we got one more topic for today than we thought.
Oh, let's see here. Oh, that is a bit. Oh, well, we can talk about that one. I know we talked about it last week as well.
Oh, you goddamn sons of bitches.
I'm sorry, it was a thing that
We're
happened.
getting our jobs.
Why does all the awesome stuff happen while I'm at a cool theme park going on roller coasters?
Took your gerb.
That was a good birthday.
Well, I'm glad you had a good birthday. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I
man.
had a great birthday. Me and my friends, we went to a theme park, and we went on roller coasters. And my friend who never goes on roller coasters went on roller coasters. He made
That's
himself ill, but the fact is he tried it, so I'm really proud of him. And yeah, and now he's blowing me a kiss, and I'm uncomfortable. So, yeah.
Yeah, now you're having to think about phallic things.
Yeah, I'm 27 years old, and I hate it. This isn't right.
I'm 31. You've got 4 more years.
If
until
I
your back
were
starts hurting.
if I were even a day older than I am now, I would have a complete breakdown. I'm telling you.
Oh, so tomorrow we're gonna have to comfort and console you through the worst day of your life.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, then I guess we'll just have to, like play Fortnite or something
It's
together.
not like you have anything more important to do, is it? Anyways,
This timer down here is telling me I don't get to move.
all right. Anyways, sorry, we've gotten okay. That it's a typical Sunset City episode. We've gotten off the rails. Why did we make our thing a train? But like,
Because getting off rails funny.
you like getting off, don't you?
Yes, it's an enjoyable experience.
All right. So we talked about the box art. We talked. What did we just talk about?
We just talked about we had the localized box art of Origins Plus, and
How
that
did we
was
get to
it.
the Titans? How did we get
We
there?
got to the Titans.
Oh, I know. No. Wayne was saying how he hates this franchise, and you were like, yeah, he'll never experience a high like Wyvern again. And that brought us to
Okay,
the
that's how
Titans.
we got there.
Yeah, okay. Right.
God.
Are we done with the localized box art?
I think so.
Are we ready to
I
put
think
that to
so.
bed? Let's slash it off our list then. Hell yeah. Okay, this episode ain't kidding. What do you guys want to do next?
I think, Wayne, you had some opinions on a new game that Sega has announced.
So it's funny. It's not a Sonic thing, but Sega, and I think they were teaming up with Yoko Taro.
Or I'm peacing out then in that case.
God fucking damn it. Shoot. What's the name of it again? It's like 404. 404. If I can find it. Here, give me just a second. I gotta see if I can find the name of this thing. Oh, yeah, 404 Reset. It's like some kind of gacha game that they've got coming out with. And the way that it's kind of striking me is if they're doing a gacha game based off the concept of, like, Neptunia.
So like
well,
how
hyperdimension
Neptunia's...
Neptunia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one Christian based her entire life around.
I don't know. But
It's a good game series, though. Not gonna lie.
Maybe that's why
Yeah.
Christian loved it so much.
and the idea is like, you know, it's a bunch of anime girls, yada yada yada.
Up your alley then, eh? Would you say it's quite charming? Would you say it's rather wholesome?
Wow, look at this pervert over here trying to turn everything into a... Wow, Pup is such a fucking pervert.
Just
I know, right?
enjoy
Pup is
breasts,
such a
Wayne.
little
Just
degenerate.
admit enjoyment in...
It's okay to like boobies. We all are Rouge the Bat enjoyers.
Enjoy the breasticles. Wayne
Jesus
is bosticles.
If I'm being serious, they all look like they're fucking high schoolers, and it's just one.
I'm googling
like-
them. I'm googling them. I'm gonna
like
find out
every
if they
anime
actually look
girl
like high
ever?
schoolers. I bet
you
they're-
haven't been watching the right anime.
I'm gonna bet they're sexy, dude, and that you're just trying to fucking downplay it. Let's look it up.
They're cute anime girls. That's about all. there's
I've
to say
seen the
about them.
statues you have in your house.
Like my Digimon ones.
No, you know the ones that... Oh, yeah, they do look like high... Oh, hang on. In this picture, they don't.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say right now, Wayne, you realize Power doesn't bathe,
Dude,
right?
Wayne, you shitting me? They're wearing straight-up fucking bondage gear in this artwork. What are you talking about?
I don't like Power. What are you talking about?
Wayne.
I
you
love
don't
how
like Power?
I love how you guys not like that. No, she's the sister, not a love interest. I love how you guys know that I like.
Do you
anime,
think
and
you're
that's apparently-
Denji?
That's apparently all you guys know.
Hold on a second, Wayne. Hold on. We need to explore that real quick.
That's
Do
all
you
there
think
is to know, Wayne.
Do you think you're Denji?
Fuck no.
Because you're just like, she's the sister. The sister to who, Wayne? Denji.
Yeah, that's the dynamic. That's the dynamic I appreciate about her. So,
So
I
about
don't-
this gacha game, then.
Yeah, I don't know. They look like generic fucking anime girls. The fun
What, the
part
gacha
is
game?
that and the fun part is that the premise seems to be like, what if Sega had won the console wars, and what fucking dystopia nonsense it would have wrought upon the world, and like had they won, it would have been like just bad.
That's kind of a power move as a way of saying, like, yeah, you should think yourselves lucky we didn't win the console wars.
We lost on purpose, don't you understand?
We lost to protect you.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's
like,
honestly the most interesting thing about it. I don't like gacha games. None of their designs seem particularly interesting. Outside of that premise, I feel like there's not a lot to talk about with that.
So Wayne is not interested, basically.
Not
I
really.
mean-
And Yoko Taro is kind of like... I see Yoko Taro in kind of the same way I see, like, David Lynch, where it's like, I get it, and people like him for being weird and obtuse, but I feel like the interesting aspects of a lot of his work begin and end at weird and obtuse, and there's nothing deeper to it, and I just don't find that interesting.
That's fair. I
Yoko
guess
Taro,
it's like,
I think Yoko Taro is a little better with it. I have a little bit more respect for his storytelling versus, like, a lot of David Lynch's stuff feels like it has a story that's trying to get out, but it's buried under him just being a fucking weirdo.
it is buried under the artsy-fartsy nonsense.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, no, that's... I can understand that. It's like, Wayne, have you played No More Heroes?
Yeah, I'm not particularly interested in that one either. I'll play it at some point. I think it looks like shit. I don't like all the gore, and I think it looks like every... I don't know. There's a really distracting graininess to like that kind of PS3 era game that I just can't get behind. I'm being really negative today.
Yeah, you kind of are. Back the fuck up, buddy. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
dude, get on.
I'm kidding.
But
Get some drugs in you, buddy.
yeah, I don't know. No More Heroes does not particularly interest me. That, and I think Travis Touchdown is a I get it's part of the point, but
I have
can't stand
become
him,
tangible.
so.
But the reason I was bringing up No More Heroes is No More Heroes. It has been confirmed from you now. Probably has the same kind of hold up. Where like, there's a legitimately good story in that game. It's a pretty good game, but it's a hard game for some people to look at and go, yeah, I want to play that game. I want to put that game in my hands and play it. Like there's something. The art style and the way the game presents itself definitely makes it impossible to do that for some people.
Yeah, I don't know. It drives me nuts when it feels like something has a good story to tell, but it just won't get out of its own way.
Yeah, and I can understand that. I don't, obviously, because I do enjoy those kinds of stories, I don't necessarily agree, but I can understand that perspective at the very least.
Yeah. Yeah, I do want to at least give No More Heroes a fair shake at some point, because I have not played it, and I don't want to judge a game I have not at least given a shot, but I'm just like, it's just on the things I've seen, the things that people seem to like about it are the same things that make me kind of not want to play it.
I think, for me, the things I liked about it as a kid and the things I like about it as an adult are completely different. And that's, given the kind of game that is, that tracks. That definitely tracks.
Did you guys talk about the Angry Birds last week?
Yes, we did. We talked about the Ravio buy.
Did you guys see the thing they did on
Oh, what,
TikTok?
the Angry Birds Smash or Pass thing?
Was that real?
Yeah, that's real. That's legit.
Oh my god, because they took that down, didn't they?
I don't know. But to be fair, I think I too would buy the rights to Angry Birds, because I could probably get them for like £3 in a packet of crisps.
So, they spent over 700 million on them, and Angry Birds actually makes about 400 million a year still.
That'll pay itself off by 2 years. It will have paid for itself, right?
We looked up. I looked up the because I was having the same question. I was like, why the Ravio buyout? Why, of all things,
I think
them?
I think basically because you know how Angry Birds have a fully animated movie. They saw the Mario movie, like, look, see, we have a fully animated movie with our property too. Just retroactively, of course.
I mean, yeah, if Sega was a bunch of people on a playground, that would certainly be the way they would go about that.
You might be convinced.
But no, I think it's mainly that Sega realizes that the majority of their money right now is held in the mobile game market.
Yeah, it does make a lot of sense now that I think about it.
So, acquiring Ravio that makes, $500 million every year in the mobile game market, that makes sense. I can understand the business move. And it's a business move I didn't get until I sat down and actually looked at the numbers and went, oh, this is why you're buying them.
Say goodbye to the flickies. It's now all going to be an Angry Bird crossover.
Oh my god.
Bird game.
Oh no. Oh no.
Alright, so, are we done with the gacha game?
I think so.
There's not much more to say about it. It's a gacha game.
Then shall we move on to the next boring topic?
I can just say one thing about the gacha game real quick. I hope it doesn't run into the same issues as Genshin Impact did, where it's like, hey, look at this really cool game. Wouldn't you love to play it? Too bad. You have to buy it again.
Oh, like Destiny.
Look at this really cool Sonic game. Wouldn't it be nice if it won the fan vote and got an award?
Those awards mean nothing, and we all know it.
Yeah. I know. All awards mean nothing.
Yeah. I have this guy that keeps coming into my store, and he's just like, "Oh, I think this game's gonna win Game of the Year, and I don't understand why you think it's gonna be Zelda." And I'm like, "It's gonna be Zelda because Zelda wins by default of it being Zelda. It doesn't mean anything."
Yeah,
it's gonna be Zelda because of market trends.
Alright, so next fucking yawn-inducing topic then.
Sega has another VTuber now.
Okay, let's go ahead.
They have obviously the Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy VTuber models. Like they've got the Sonic VTubers.
Whoa, did you see Sonic? Oh man, I love Sonic. Let's talk about that.
Oh my god!
I fucking love Sonic.
I might actually hate you. I might actually hate you.
Well, what do you got instead?
I don't.
You take my Sonic away.
Jesus.
What have you got? What do you got instead? Bring
Resident
me this
Evil,
new one.
Enter the Gungeon.
No,
Warcraft,
no.
literally
I'm talking about
any other
Sega's,
game.
I'm talking about Sega's VTuber. What do you got for me?
Okay, they have a new VTuber called Isaki Rin that opened up her stream singing "Escape from the City."
That's not Sonic. I mean, the song is, yeah, but she's...
That is exactly what that is, you fucking troglodyte.
This this coming from the guy that doesn't think that AC is affected by gas
Wait, what are you talking about?
in the car,
What?
where you don't think AC takes up gas.
AC doesn't take up gas. It takes
Where
up
do you
battery.
think what's powering the fucking battery?
I'm
You
gonna look
idiot?
this up. What powers AC in cars?
It's
How are you?
No, because
how are you
batteries
supplying-
have to be charged. The battery's separate from the gas.
And what's charging the battery?
An electric thing. You charge the battery when it runs out, and you get like the jump cable and shit.
the alternator is what powers the AC, and the alternator is powered by the engine, which is powered by what?
Yeah, I don't own a car. I don't have one. I just want to...
Fuel!
This is why you're not driving.
The engine is run on fuel!
It has nothing to do with finances, no.
What?
I was
What?
responding to Wayne when he said this is why you're not driving.
Wait, what is... Oh my god. Anyway. It's... Now, the other misconception, though, is that it does not use a lot... It doesn't use a lot of gas, but it does use gas. Because the engines ran on fucking gas.
I mean, technically, it uses oxygen, right? It pumps that out, so, like, it's a gas at the end of the day. But I'm not talking gas, I'm talking petroleum. Hmm?
Me and you need to have a conversation about air conditioning theory.
Yeah, right,
because
fine.
it's
Meet me in
not-
the parking lot after the show.
Yeah, we'll have a talk with fists.
Yeah, we will. Oh, wait, who said anything about fisting? Anyways, proceed. What were we talking
What?
about? We were talking about the VTuber. The VTuber
We were
that
trying to-
isn't Sonic.
We were trying to talk about.
You wanted to talk about the VTuber that isn't Sonic, so let's talk about the VTuber that isn't Sonic.
Okay. So, yeah, that's really most of it. Like Sega has a corporate VTuber now that is called Usaki Rin and is going to be doing Sonic-y things as well as things with other Sega properties on stream.
Just get the real
Because-
deal, mate. I'm just saying.
2D women can't hurt you like 3D women.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what can hurt me less than 2D women still?
Your hand?
Sonic never lets me down. What the fuck am I saying?
Wait a minute. Boy, there's a couple of games I can think of that prove that wrong.
Look, man,
but,
I just see Sonic, I smile. I just think he's neat, you know? Like, that's just how it is.
You know, I too am a Sonic enjoyer.
I, too, am 10 years old.
I am 12, and what is this?
Alright, okay, sorry. I realize I've completely derailed every subject that isn't Sonic, so if you guys would like to talk about the non-Sonic...
No, it's too late now.
Alright, I'm gonna take that and run with it then. Let's talk about Sonic shit! Alright, so what's next on the docket? We got... Just to check, though, you guys are satisfied with the discussion, right?
I don't think I'll ever use the word...
The gacha game?
We passed the gacha game. We're well past the gacha game. We were talking about... What was the name? Yusi Naka or something? Usaki Rin.
You see, that was a stretch. That was a fucking stretch.
I'd deleted the words and I'd forgotten the name. I wasn't a million miles away.
Usaki Rin, yes.
Oh, do we?
What are you humming about? What's
What?
up? What can I do for you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave a message in the chat in the back rooms real quick.
Okay, I love you, Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh, for
I don't-
fuck's sake. Ah. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. Shall we do that next?
I mean, honestly, yeah, probably.
Alright. What do you know? Because I know nothing.
Okay, so IDW Publishing they did pull themselves out of the New York Stock Exchange. And after pulling themselves up out of the New York Stock Exchange, they're also just doing a lot of layoffs. They're not as profitable, but this is the thing. I'm just gonna go ahead and head this off at the pass real quick, because there have been people who have been doing like, oh my god, IDW's dying, DC's dying, Marvel's dying, and it's all because of like comics go woke, go broke shit. I'm just gonna go ahead and head that all off at the pass. The paper textiles industry in general is dying. Whether it's newspapers, whether it's comic books, whether it's magazines, that whole industry has been in decline for the last 10 years.
In fairness, that's what happens when you use woke paper that's made out of fucking recycled trees and shit, isn't it?
It's made out of LGB trees.
No, it's fucking recycling, isn't it? They're like, oh yeah, this tree here, let's fucking recycle it and turn it into a piece of paper. I miss the days when paper was made of plastic.
Oh my god. But no, like, it's mainly that. Like, IDW...
My roommate's laughing.
Cool. Your roommate's not the audience.
Yeah, he is right now. Just to one of us.
Oh,
the only
that's
one that matters.
But, so I do have an article up here. As part of IDW's statement, David Brew, who's the lead independent director at IDW, said that the company was delisted because the board determined that going dark is the best path for the company due to expected cost savings, reduction of pressure on limited resources, and the company's current inability to realize many of the benefits from continued listing in the New York Stock Exchange. So, are they going out of business? No. Businesses do this all the time. And this is just, again, this is one of those things that the entire comics industry, in some form or fashion, has been having to do for years. This is why the comics industry, in terms of like where Marvel's concerned, didn't start turning a good profit the way that they used to realize until things like the Disney buyout and the MCU. Because the actual comics that things are based off of are not the thing that's making them all the money. That's just the beginnings of the property. Pokemon works the same way. The Pokemon games themselves don't actually turn a huge profit compared to the franchise's merchandising rights. And then, paradoxically, Game Freak doesn't make money off of the merchandising rights. So, I don't know. This is just a industry doing industry shit, is what most of this just turns into for me.
But people have lost their jobs, and that's always sad.
Yeah, people losing their jobs is not good, but this is also an expected thing to happen in an industry like the comics industry right now.
Well, then I wish the best of luck to all the creatives and whatnot affected. I hope they find new things.
I would hope they continue to find work as well, because like at the end of the day, work as a comic books illustrator, inker, colorer, whichever job you have in there, it's a position that is... It's a shrinking position right now in that particular industry, and that's very scary for a lot of people.
It is finite.
But it doesn't mean that IDW is going out of business, and it doesn't mean that we're going to lose our Sonic comics, our Transformers comics, or Ninja Turtles comics. We just still have to look at they're doing company things. They're doing what they can to keep above water as best they can, as opposed to just going straight under.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that.
It's Biden's America for you.
Oh my god.
All right.
It'll always be Biden's America for you.
Next on the docket, then. Do we want to... What do you want to do next? Leaving it up to you boys.
I think the next thing, honestly, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about Tails.
I hate it.
There was a sprite that was uncovered that shows an early design for Tails for the 1990s. It was in the 1990s Sega and Dick design documents, or DIC. Deek.
Dick design. That's
However
a
you want to.
brilliant name.
But the sprite feels like it's trying to be a marriage between the way we know Tails is designed in the games and then the Tails design that we got in Sad AM and Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. We have the coloration and the proportions where he's got the shorter ears and stuff like that, all looking like the Deke designs that we're used to from those shows. But and Tails is brown instead of orange, and that's just a thing that's been uncovered recently, and I think that's kind of neat because there was at one point we were going to get a little more of a marriage between the American and Japanese sides of Sega, and some of these artwork depositories show that, but unfortunately that's not the reality we're in. Maybe that reality is the one where the Sega Gacha game takes place. If SatAM got worked into the main Sonic canon, that would have fixed everything, and then Sega would have won the console war, and we would have gotten that dystopian gacha society.
So, I got another confession to make. I have always preferred brown Tails with little ears. I've always preferred that version of Tails. And
I think
seeing him in sprite form makes me very, very happy. And I hope he never leaves us.
I have a headcanon I used. There was a headcanon I had as a kid, because I used to believe that SatAM bled into the mainline timeline for the Sonic games. Like, I don't know how I squared those together, but the idea in my mind was that Tails was colored like that when he was younger, and Sonic had the mohawk when he was younger, and as both of them that got older, their designs changed into the more Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 style.
Tails fell into a vat of chemicals and got bleached.
Oh, no, he's not. Sonic's literally going to become the Joker. But no, that's always been my canon there. Like, I don't hate those designs, and I think those designs can exist alongside the modern designs as just like hey, this is how the characters looked when they were younger. They obviously act a lot younger in that material, and they act older in the adventure material forward. So there you go. Like, that's how it's always squared in my head. I know that that's not canon, but I don't need things to be canon. I just need them to be fun.
Did I accidentally reference Sally Acorn?
You really are filling in for Nick today.
Just don't be filling in Sally.
Look, I miss him, alright?
Oh,
but, no, because Charles Champa said in the chat, nice Sally Acorn reference there, pup. It's like, did I? Did I do that? Did I do that? Little, SatAM reference
Little SatAM, little Urkel?
Urkel going on there. You know how it is.
Did I jelly and jam?
Stop it.
Uncle Chuck is disappointed in me.
Well, okay, yeah, I'd definitely like to see, like, an alternate timeline where Tails did end up looking like that in the games. I think, what's the name of the person again? Like, Judy, Toyota or something? Judy Toyota? The one that worked on Sonic 2, even mentioned, like, one of the main things that Sega of Japan requested of Sega of America with their Sonic artwork was please straighten out his fucking legs. And, in fairness, I love the Greg Martin stuff, but yeah, straighten out your goddamn legs, buddy. Why are you squatting? You taking a shit in a French toilet? What's going on here?
A lot of the Greg Martin illustrations do show just, like, rubber bendy kneecaps for all their characters.
It's like kind of a take on the rubber hose thing, but, like, Sonic's body weight is so heavy that his little noodly legs are just gonna snap beneath him.
They're doing their best.
You can imagine shaking. Man's trying to hold in a shit.
I know. The like I like the design, honestly.
Me too.
But
I think I might like it a little bit more than the yellow.
I like his little ears. I like how tiny they are.
Yeah.
He looks like a fat fucking dork, and I love it.
It's the reason that I've always headcanoned that is, like, that's the young Tails. Because to me, that Tails, it looks like Tails as a little kid. And SatAM, he was treated more like the little kid.
Yeah, and I think I've also just, like just super obnoxiously bright yellow as, like, a primary color for a character design just has always looks off to me.
I mean, I understand why they do it, though, because, like, a complementary color with Sonic's blue, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's also why it's, like, I remember when everybody was just like, oh, Daredevil getting his yellow suit design back, yay, thank you, and I'm just like, y'all are fucking insane.
I mean, to be fair, like, when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, that's not gonna work. But then when I saw it, I was like, okay, that actually works.
Oh, I think he looks like shit. I think
I
he
think
looks
it
like
works.
walking
I think they made it
mustard.
They made it work, I think.
I
they
think
made
it would have
work.
been better if it had just been the fucking red suit, but you know.
Yeah, I think they made it work. No. Okay. Goodbye. Stream over. Alright, so this is something that a lot of people, I guess, could have assumed, but still, like, it's worth talking about a little bit. Ian Flynn is returning to write for the Sonic Frontiers DLC additional story, which will come with the third and final update.
Yay. I mean, we saw that coming. Like,
I would have been shocked if that hadn't been the case. That's why everybody, like, treating it like it was big news kind of surprised me, because I was just like, I thought that would have been the assumption. Like, he was the writer on the main team. Who are they gonna, like, push off the writing to otherwise?
I mean,
Just,
to be
like,
fair, I don't know if it is unheard of having, like, someone else step in, because I suppose it's not like he's the only one that can write these characters and this story, but at the same time, I didn't know how far they were necessarily going to go with how much story was going to be in this, so I was a little surprised that there's any writing going on here. I didn't know if it was just going to be an incredibly basic additional little piece of story, or maybe, you know, like, I suppose you could take it to, like, I guess, a jobber kind of writer and just say, hey, could you write a little story that happens within this part of the game? Because I'm guessing that new story is going to be playing as the other characters when Sonic gets cured of his cyber disease, I guess.
yeah,
That's my prediction anyway.
I would have the same prediction that it's basically going to be like, hey, welcome to the new Sonic game. We're doing the Shantae half genie hero thing. It worked there. Let's do it here.
The only thing with that, though, is would it not require you to replay the game, though? To get to that point?
It depends. So, the way they did it in Half Genie Hero is they set up a second campaign that when you clicked yes on doing that campaign, it was just the secondary characters, and it picked up at their point in the story.
So I suppose they could do that, like...
Yeah, because like if they do, you know, literally the Half Genie Hero thing, because it's the same plot beat, it's the exact same plot beat. Then that's pretty much what they would do. Is you wouldn't have to play all the way through the game. You would just go like play the side story.
I get the feeling it's going to be like what the characters were getting up to while they were in cyberspace. Like it could be, you know, after Sonic is brought back from the brink, the characters, they all go back into cyberspace, and your story picks up in there. And it's like, okay, we know this place now, we're a little less useless. I don't know. It would, of course, mean that it's cyberspace, but, like, I don't know. But I think that's what it's going to be, like, realistically. And I'm not going to hate that, because that's all I'm expecting, really. If we do get to play as the other characters in the open zones, I'll be thrilled. The best case scenario, the absolute good ending, is you play as the other characters in a brand new open zone. But that's quite an ask, I'd say.
I would want it to be that. Like, okay, there's two ways to go about it. There's the cheap, dumb way, which I don't want, which is, you know, what they were doing in cyberspace. That is just not interesting to me. I could not care less.
I don't want to go to Green Hill again!
But what would be more interesting to me is if they did a story where it's not only the follow-up for Sage, but also a follow-up for those characters. Like, they go, hey, we didn't actually get to explore the island like Sonic did. Why don't we go do that? Why don't we go explore that island the way Sonic did? Why don't we go see what we can find out? And then that would give us a chance to actually do things like have Knuckles compare the island's architecture to the architecture of Angel Island, have Tails actually expound on that technology a lot more, and have Amy engage in that self-exploration that she hinted that she was going to do, that they're definitely not going to forget in the next game when they just make her Sonic's fangirl again.
Remember Angel Island? It was fantastic.
Remember berries?
Yeah. Now, I mean, part of me is also wondering, what if the new story isn't necessarily the new characters? Or maybe they are just one part of the story. I don't know how this is going to go. Like, maybe I'm expecting a little too much here, but I know they've said that they're doing stuff to the final boss as well. So it's like, maybe that story's something on the end. Maybe you cycle through the different characters a little bit before you end up on Sonic, who then administers the final blow. I got no idea. Or maybe it's literally just you can swap out what character you're playing as while you're just on the islands diddling about, you know? But then whenever you go to a cutscene, it just switches back to Sonic. That could be an okay way of doing it. It would mean that you can, you know, get the most out of those other characters. There's lots of different ways they can go about it. Like, I'd be very excited if this new story is, like, a bit of main meat gameplay, you know? If the new story is still Sonic's and the playable characters are separate from that, because it would technically mean more content. And, like, yeah, best case scenario, you get a new island. Worst case scenario, the other characters are only playable in cyberspace, and the new story's just more cyberspace bull. However, I think the new story, on the picture where it shows, like, the DLC roadmap, it looks like the new story's going to take place on Orenos Island. So, like, maybe it's a chance to do some cool shit there. Maybe that new story is literally just what Orenos Island should have been. So, you get a Titan encounter with Supreme that is not the main boss, you know? Where you just fight him as regular Sonic. Because why the hell did that not happen, you know?
Or we can do, like, a proper The End fight.
I think that's happening. I think that's already, like, a definite
wait,
thing.
no, they did compare... They did say that there was going to be a new, like, final boss of some variety. So, yeah, you're right.
The final boss is Big the Cat after he loses Froggy and goes on a bender.
Oh, no. But no, it's just, like, I guess the one piece of actual news where that's concerned is the fact that if Ian Flynn had to confirm that he is returning, there's two ways that could be interpreted. One, Ian Flynn has been hard at work on this the whole time, and the announcement is just, you know, corporate doublespeak. Or the super weird interpretation would be he returned to start writing again after development, and this wasn't something that's just been in development the whole time. The implications for that one are a little different, because if it's Ian Flynn had always been slated to do this from the get-go, then okay, we're just going to get the continuation, or at least the rest of the story that we didn't get originally. But
yeah, I think he might have been working on this for a minute, because, like...
Yeah.
The game does just kind of run out, you know? Like, it ends very abruptly in the vanilla version. Like,
it doesn't feel like it ended the way it wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is, like, again, that's the most likely scenario, is that Ian Flynn started working on this, you know, while he was working on all the other stuff for the game to begin with. Like, he wasn't working on this story separately as another project to take on. This was a continuation of a project that didn't get finished originally. That's the most likely situation.
I will say this. Given this track record that this DLC's had so far, like, update number 1, we got a lot more than what was advertised. Update number 2, they never advertised a spin dash, but we know we're getting that in update 2. Like, I must say, going by the track record of getting a little more than we bargained for, I am kind of excited about this new story. But I'm, of course, a little trepidatious as well. I don't want to set my expectations too high, because it is, like, a free additional thing. But I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect. I honestly didn't know if this new story beat would have much of a story to it. So the fact that Ian Flynn is coming back is still, well, it's not completely unexpected. It's still kind of news to me, I guess, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I just hope it's like, I've seen these, like, retroactive, hey, let's wrap up stuff that we kind of intended to be there sort of things. I've seen that attempted before, and it's been sloppy. Kingdom Hearts 3's DLC, anyone? So I'm just kind of hoping it turns out better than that.
I think implementing it is going to be a pain in the dick. Because, like, again, if it is a big part of the main story, if they were just, you know, saying, like, oh yeah, let's flesh out Orenos Island, and that will lead into the end boss fight, which has, like, a new phase, and we've maybe spruced up Supreme a little bit. Like, you're gonna kind of have to ask players to go back to the start of Orenos Island, and then how do you implement that? Would it just say things like, there's new stuff on Orenos Island, but it takes place between this period and this period? There's no clean way of doing it that way. I get the feeling it's gonna be kind of like, oh, they went off on their merry way on a flight, and maybe one of the fucking Titans or the End or something appears in front of them and chucks them back to Orenos Island. It's like, you're not done yet, buddy. Maybe it's an Eggman thing, like, because the after credits has Eggman reviving Sage and stuff. Maybe he's got a big robot that's piloted by Sage or something. I don't know. But the thing with that is, it would then just feel incredibly tacked on, because, like, well, this doesn't thematically fit with the rest of the story at all, you know? It's a tricky thing to do. They got a very big task ahead of them. And
yeah,
I'm going to be hoping for the best. I'm not going to expect the worst. I'm just going to expect something that's like, okay, alright, you know? I'm glad it's there.
If we, as long as we get something that's more than Episode Shadow.
Oh,
like,
God.
I'm
Oh, God.
Because Episode Shadow, like, retconned Infinite's origin story in it, as well as just wasn't a very substantial amount of story or gameplay.
Episode
and was just
Pinball.
reskin.
Episode Pinball. Control the pinball machine on Chaos Island with a variety of different characters. You can play as Tails, Knuckles, and each one of them will change the color of the ball that you play with.
If that was what they decided to do, then I think we would have a very good grounds to say unionize Sega and just have a takeover of the workers. Because obviously the CEOs don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I will become Takeshi Iizuka.
Oy, oy, oy.
I mean, did you see that mock-up I did? Where it's like, the additional story and playable characters is just the Ikaruga minigame, but you're flying the tornado. I do a little trolling.
I don't want that. Okay, look, I have said this because of how I feel about the Adventure Tornado section, and especially the Unleashed Tornado section. I have never played a Tornado section outside of, like, Adventure 2 when it's the mechs that I've enjoyed in a Sonic game.
To be fair, I think that Ikaruga's a decent model for it.
I mean, at least Ikaruga is a complete game in and of itself that can't be cheesed by just sitting on the lower right-hand portion of the screen. Yeah?
Wait, you can't do that in Frontiers, though.
You can in Adventure, though. That's my point.
Oh, damn. Hang on,
Like,
I want to get my masterpiece up on screen.
In Adventure 1, when you get to that sky chase, just go to the lower right-hand portion of the screen, put your controller down, and walk away. It will complete itself.
Or you could just play the game and have fun, you know.
What is the point of playing the game when the game plays itself?
To be fair, fun, but at the same time,
Well, the game stopped playing itself.
Playing
either.
itself shouldn't be an option. But like,
Okay, look, if I were to put my controller down in Star Fox, the gameplay style that it's emulating, I would die. But if I put it down in Adventure, I complete the level.
Does
That's
it really
my
work
problem.
that way? Is that a definite thing? Does it actually...
It's a thing that I've done and recorded years ago.
Damn.
It's a really, really weird thing, and it feels very, very oversighty.
This is my masterpiece. I've put it up on the stream. This is what I think the new story, new final boss, and new characters is going to be.
Hold on, let me hit play on the thing so I can actually see.
I can probably put it in the back rooms. Just because
there's
a bit of a delay.
There is delay.
Alright, okay. There you go. Enjoy your new playable characters. You're playing as all of them at once.
I think you showed us this before.
Yeah, I did. It's just, that was kind of one of my predictions for what it would be. Look, man, I'm not setting my expectations too high. You never know. This is a podcast. Why is nobody speaking?
Because we're all
nothing to go from off of that.
We're all collectively reeling from that. That is an eldritch horror that we are having to internalize.
I think I would like it, but not in the place of the new story and playable characters. If it was just an extra thing, yeah, I'd be like, hell yeah, because I'm gonna be real, the end boss fight is really fucking fun. It just doesn't belong there. It shouldn't be the finale of the game. But it is damn fun, I do like it.
I see that. I see that and I realize that this is what that is Frontier's episode shadow.
You would get the first good tornado stage in a Sonic game.
I would, and I wouldn't be happy about it.
Because you're unpleasable.
It's not that I'm unpleasable. I was quite pleased with most of Frontiers. Thank you very much.
Man, I fucking love Frontiers. Frontiers is great.
Frontiers is a good game.
Good ass game.
Frontiers made me feel things.
You've got stuff to talk about now, Suris, don't you?
Unfortunately.
You like the unionization, don't you, Suris?
Like the workers' rights, don't you? Don't you?
I fucking hate workers' rights.
I prefer workers' lefts. I think they throw better, meaner lefts. They work those out more.
I want to die. Yeah.
Why do you want to die?
Just read the fucking union shit.
No. Now this is an intervention, pup.
No, just please, just do the union
stuff. Nope.
Please?
This is from one friend to another. I need to know.
Wayne, back me up here. Buddy? Please read the union stuff.
What's wrong, buddy?
Please.
I can't help you out here.
What the fuck?
What's wrong, buddy? Do you need to chat? Do you need to talk? Do you need a friend? I'm here. I just want you to know, I'm here for you if you need it. Okay?
It was a terrible joke. Now let's go on with the thing, please.
No. We can't move on from that. Your therapist wouldn't let you move on.
This is where Nick would be like, "For God's sake, sir, if the joke's gone on long enough, just read the fucking thing."
No.
Jesus. Suris isn't usually the one I have to worry about dragging the joke for too long.
No, this is the thing. Without assertive old Nick here to fucking step in his fucking bacon pancakes, the man will just go on.
I'm also still
enough,
half
enough.
Asleep. I was up
Here's the thing, though. Thank you so much. Thank you for providing the punchline. We didn't have Nick. And
let's just fucking do the thing, all right? Come on. It's exhausting.
Fair enough. Oh God, what's it like, pup? What's it like?
This is worse than any of the shit I've done. This is more drawn out than any joke I've ever done. Just fucking do it.
Even today.
Just read the goddamn. You wanted to talk about this.
Okay, so Sega of America in California decided, not all of Sega of America, mind, because that's not how these things work. 144 workers at Sega of America decided to file a vote with the National Labor Relations Board to become unionized. They are creating a union called the Allied Employees Guild Improving Sega, or AGIS, and they partnered with the Communications Workers of America. They basically, functionally, these workers have looked at Sega as a company and gone, this company is not doing enough. It's not doing enough by us, and it's not doing enough by some of their franchises. We want to be as good as we can. To be this good takes ages. That's literally their tagline. But they are trying to unionize. There's 235 Sega of America employees. So more than half of them are trying to unionize. Now, for those of you who don't know the purpose of a union, somehow, basically, if you're one worker in a company and you go to your boss and say, hey, I want a raise, or hey, I'm not getting the benefits that I want, the boss can just say no. Like, you have no bargaining power. They can just say no, and they can fire you if they decide if you're in a right-to-work state or employed-at-will state. The point of a union, in an ideal world, not all unions are great, but the point of a union is so that when you have those negotiations with your boss, the union can sit at your back and go, hey, the people who are part of the union deserve a certain amount of pay, not just whatever the federal minimum wage is, but they deserve this certain type of pay, these certain type of benefits. Now, unions are not free. They come with charges. Usually it's like 1% to 2% of your paycheck. But the benefit you get from a union is that you actually tend to get more pay as a result, because your boss can't just go, oh, well, we're not going to acquiesce to your demands. The union gets to go, oh, okay, cool. Then work won't come out of us. You can't hire 235 people at once right now, today. So the union goes on strike, and then the company doesn't get anything done until they start looking at their workers and going, okay, we'll give you the things you need. If you've again, not all unions are great, but the idea behind a union is to protect your workers. The video games industry is largely ununionized, which is actually weird considering that most entertainment industries are unionized and subsidized by guilds. There's the Writers Guild. There's unions down in Atlanta for all the work that goes towards Hollywood. Like there are unions in the entertainment industry is just considered the norm, but the video game industry, probably because it is such a newer industry, unions are not the norm within the video game industry. So this also doesn't affect Sega of Japan technically. It affects them in so much as their negotiations with Sega of America would have to go through both the union and Sega of America CEOs. But basically, what they're trying to say is that working for Sega is a passion for a ton of them. They want to make Sega of America work. They want it to be a sustainable long-term career. And a lot of workers are saying that creating a union is the best way forward for them to do that, because it does give them that negotiating power with their bosses. It does give them that ability to guarantee things like a retirement fund for people who age out of the industry. So yeah, they're just trying. The idea is protecting what already makes their jobs great in their idea.
See, look how good he did. You know, like when he's not pissing about, he does really good with the informative stuff.
You are not one to talk.
Shut the fuck. I don't do informative. I'm just here for the fucking memes.
Jesus Christ.
I'll kill you, Wayne.
There is another reason that this unionization is happening. There was a promise made by Sega Sammy in 2004, and that was that Sega employees would receive a 30% salary increase to stabilize employee income and create a more comfortable working environment for everybody at Sega. The increase did not extend to Sega of America. It was only for Sega of Japan. It's for reasons like that a lot of the Sega of America employees are wanting to unionize, because they're seeing that they literally are not getting the same pay rates, they are not getting the same benefits, they are not getting the same guarantees as the parent company. We've seen hostilities between Sega of America and Japan before. Like, that's just kind of if you're a Sonic fan, you've seen this play out a handful of times. This is more of that. This is more of that.
Yeah, there's been like weird tensions between like the American and Japanese teams ever since like fucking Sonic 2.
Yeah. As of right now, so the way when you have a union, the hardest step is getting the company to recognize the union. That is, and not just like they looked at it and saw it was a thing. It's a recognition of a union is a legal term. It means that the contracts get signed between the CEO of a company and the union itself, the representatives from the union. The idea right now, the hope, is that Sega of America will be recognized voluntarily by the parent company. However, no date has been set up for union elections or anything like that yet. It's just we have raw numbers. The idea, the hope, is that leadership is voluntarily recognized within the union, because if that happens, it makes negotiations with the parent company going forward easier. It's a lot harder when they don't want to recognize the union, and so the union has to do things like eliciting strikes early before they've ever even had a contractual agreement. That can get kind of messy, because being a recognized union comes with certain legal protections that aren't necessarily realized the same way if you do not have that recognition quite yet. So there's a tug of war there. There's wanting the company might not want to recognize the union because they don't want to give those benefits quite yet, and of course the increased money costs, but the union might not want to fire on all cylinders in the beginning because they don't have all of their protections quite yet. So it's a tug of war on who wants to play chicken the longest there. The hope is that they won't have to play chicken. But
chicken.
Here we call it clucky.
Well, here we call it cocky, because we ain't woke, right?
God damn it.
Oh boy.
All right.
Oh,
Well, that was
boy.
informative, man. You should do
So-
more informative stuff.
What-
Serious. Like, have you ever considered like politics?
Do we have any predictions of like how that might change some things going forward? Like, do you think it might take a little longer for certain projects to come out? Do we think like
So it tends to not necessarily increase the amount of time that projects come out, unless, of course, a strike happens. The only for instance, do you remember when the writer's strike happened in the early it was mid 2000s? Yeah, mid 2000s. Yeah, like that's how we got things like Dr. Horrible Sing-Along blog. That was a direct result of the writer's strike. The writers stopped working on projects, and so they had to bring in B teams to work on projects, people who were willing to cross that picket line and still produce content for networks, and then workers who otherwise would have been working for those networks ended up doing side projects instead.
A lot
so
of
we got-
reality TV came out during that time.
Yeah,
that's how we got fucking Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
So like that's the reality of when strikes like that happen. The network in those eras did everything in their power to still produce content so they could still make money. In the games industry, it's a little bit harder. You can't just start a side project immediately and then go forward unless it's a mobile game.
Yeah.
So actually, no. We probably would see the exact same thing happen. If a strike happened, we would probably see a B team that was willing to cross the picket, or sets of side workers who are not affiliated with the company. So they would get a bunch of freelancers together, which is already a common practice in the games industry. It's very common for people who go work for big companies to get thrown off of the team as soon as a game is done and have to search for work again. So that's already a thing that's a problem in the games industry.
Unfortunately, that's a pretty heavy thing that happens a lot in like just animation in general too. That's,
Oh
Yeah.
the
A lot of entertainment
very
industries
fickle.
work that way.
I wonder if there's a writer's strike going on at Disney right now. Hence why they keep digging up old scripts for old movies they made and make them 10 times worse. While we're at it, I wonder if they're having a cinematographer's strike too, and a character designer's strike, and just... God, that would explain Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania's fucking script, wouldn't it? God damn it, Disney. I miss the days when you tried.
I can tell you the reason that most of what's happening at Disney is happening.
Money.
Not the Marvel shit. I can't tell you the Marvel shit. I don't know
Money.
anything about that.
Money and complacency. We can do whatever. We can shit these
it-
things out and it'll make money.
It's actually you're half right. It has to do with their licensing agreements.
Ooh, okay.
So Disney, if they did not utilize a certain IP, so let's say The Lion King or Little Mermaid or anything that they have done anything for the Disney Renaissance that they've remade, they need to have a substantial use of the IP every so often, or they lose the IP.
So as it goes public domain, or they just can't really use it anymore?
It goes the way of Winnie the Pooh. It goes more public domain, and then like they can have their very, very specific version that they can use.
that doesn't explain the fucking Moana remake.
So, wait, hold on though. Yeah, like...
The
there's
Moana
that.
remake is likely just because of money.
Yeah,
That
I think, the remake's the main thing with them is... Because technically Disney are still using them when they use them at the parks, right? Like, surely that's...
No.
Oh,
That is
okay.
not considered. That's not considered continued use of an IP. That's considered merchandising.
Well...
Merchandising is considered a sub thing within a franchise. The intellectual property that the franchise is based off of needs to be utilized in a movie sense. Think about like so you know how Sony has to keep on pumping out Spider-Man movies.
Yes.
They have a similar agreement. If they do not pump out Spider-Man movies every so often, they don't get to keep manhandling the rights to Spider-Man. Disney's the same way with Lion King and with Little Mermaid and a lot of those Disney Renaissance franchises that they have been utilizing. They lose their main holder rights to those franchises if they do not continue to renew them.
So
which
you're
is what
saying
remakes are for.
what we've got is a choice between a terrible, dreary-looking Little Mermaid remake with zero regard for character design, or it's Ariel, but it's a horror movie, and she's having an acid trip, and she's not really a mermaid, and it's all in her head.
Yeah,
Because
basically.
that's all that ever fucking happens when things go public domain. Oh,
Well, 'cause
what if
the first-
Spider-Man was a horror movie? Shut the fuck. No one fucking cares. Bro.
Yeah, the first thing everybody goes for is the like, what if it went dark and gritty?
God, isn't it funny how this childhood thing is now scary? Ooh, daring.
Yeah, no. But no, that's the reason why Disney does do their the last few remakes they've done. It's just to hold those licenses. It's just to keep those licenses.
You know, it really fucking shows though, because it feels like they put zero fucking effort into these things.
Well, yeah, because there's no effort needed to put
Like,
in. They
I've
know
looked at like images or like the trailer and stuff. It's like, fuck me. This is the least aesthetic thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's where I'll say it's like I have to give credence to the animation teams, like actually doing the work. My issue lies entirely with like the department heads that are like
Leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where it's
like I agree. Like
the Lion King, but make everything look realistic and make them look like actual lions.
at the end of the day, like
no.
the Lion King, it's a technological marvel. Like the animators and the modelers and everything have done a tremendous job. Absolutely fantastic. But it's one of those things where the question is, should the Lion King be done that way? But then the other thing is, I would say
a live action Lion King. It was called Hamlet.
I would say you can do it, but you need the right kind of DOP for it. You need one that knows how to use colors to express emotions, that knows how to use, framing and blocking and stuff to convey those emotions that are lost through the loss of the animation. I think, you 100% can make a Lion King that is in live action with realistic lions and have it be just as good if you have a real visionary working in the DOP department. Get someone like Larry Fong or something. But, again, these Disney things, they always come out looking murky as fuck. The Lion King looked like a fucking nature documentary.
Which, I guess that's exactly what Jon Favreau wanted, but...
It was like,
also,
where's the drama,
That's such a misguided idea. It's like,
is.
why would you do that?
It absolutely is.
Yeah. I'm hoping that everything that we're seeing here with, like, the unionization of, like, Sega of America, I'm hoping that we get to see a little bit more freedom, like, of those particular artists and let them actually, like, thrive in the way that they know will work. Because that's the thing, is that the people above never understand, like, what actually goes into this stuff and like, why it's successful and everything.
Yep.
Yeah. If I were to offer just one last theory on the Moana thing, it's that Moana, as in terms of merchandising sales, I think it's actually one of Disney's more profitable merchandising lines.
I'm surprised there hasn't been a live-action Frozen, but do theater shows count as a means of holding rights?
To be fair, actually, it didn't take long for Frozen material to wind up in live action. What was that?
They had the Once Upon a Time TV series. And
yeah.
Fairness,
I was like, what
though,
was
I would
that
take
one annoying series?
I would take that show over all the Disney remakes, though, because it kind of reminds me a little of Gotham in how they very loosely adapt some things and how they tie things together, and it's like you've got that crossover aspect as well. So I think, whether it's up your street or not is one thing or another. I just think at least there was something creative going on in that show. Whereas these remakes, it's basically, you're not watching a movie, you're watching a filter be put over an existing movie,
And I've seen them attempt. I'll at least say that the Mulan live action remake looked like a completely different thing that they were trying to like go in a new direction with. Whether or not that was a good direction, that's kind of up for debate. But...
There's one remake that I would consider good, and it's Cinderella.
I didn't see that one. You know what? I liked the Jungle Book.
I heard Jungle Book was good.
Jungle Book was alright. Cinderella was the best one.
A little closer to the source material, and I think that it was interesting seeing kind of a new take done with a lot of the same stuff. But that's kind of the thing, though, is like that's what they should have just done with the fucking rest of it.
Wait, who directed Cinderella? I think it was directed by Kenneth Branagh, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it was directed by Kenneth Branagh. Kenneth Branagh's Cinderella was great. It's a Kenneth Branagh film, and it takes pride in being a Kenneth Branagh. And there's no songs. No songs.
I'm not familiar with the director. What else have they worked on?
Kenneth Branagh, he does a lot of stuff. Hang on, let me pull up his IMDb. I know that he did Thor, the first one. which, you know, not a massively popular film, but it's certainly got an art to it.
It was fine.
He loves his
wasn't
Dutch
great, but it
tilts,
was
and he likes
fine.
casting himself in things. He
Yeah.
did
I was a
Hamlet 1996, so he's already technically done The Lion King.
he's done Lion King already.
He's done Murder on the Orient Express 2017.
So he did Murder Sonic the Hedgehog. Got it.
Yep. Oh, these are acting credits. Let me get directing credits. Death on the Nile, haven't seen it. Artemis Fowl. Oh god, he directed the Disney Artemis Fowl movie.
Oh no!
The thing is, he's a
God.
good director that doesn't represent his work, I don't think. Okay, look, I know I'm not naming the best things in the world here, but like I think he's a talented
every good artist
director.
has worked on one bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, I love Sam Raimi. Oz the Great and Powerful is a fucking stinker.
Yeah. To give credit to like David Lynch, he's a talented artist. Not my cup of tea, but you know he's good at what he does. I think the one thing I would just say was kind of a stinker was his take on Dune, but I don't even think he enjoyed working on that. So
Yeah, like every great director has like the one stinker. I've heard that Sucker Punch isn't very good, but Zack Snyder can do no wrong. So I'll have to check it out for myself. I'm sure it's a misunderstood masterpiece like all of his other films.
Oh my god.
have you seen 300 yet?
I need to. I have it.
You are gonna love 300. 300's fucking awesome.
I have it, and I think Nick gave me Sucker Punch. Actually, I think I've got it packed in.
Yeah.
One of my
Sucker
bags.
Punch is fucking stupid.
Nick just randomly gave me a bunch of 4K Blu-rays last time I was at his, so it's like, thanks.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen Sucker Punch, but it always seemed like Inception with boobs.
I mean, the
So,
story of it sounds really good from what I've heard.
The story, and it's good in concept. It's just that none of the execution makes any fucking sense. It rewrites its own rules like 3 times in the movie,
You know,
and it doesn't follow any of them.
when I was younger, I thought about, you know, the Legends of Ga'Hoole, and I was like, who wants a movie about fucking owls? Owls are boring. But then I found out it's directed by Zack Snyder, and now I want to see it, because I saw a shot of this fucking owl flying through a storm, and it goes hard as fuck, and I was like, oh yeah, Snyder's fingerprints are all over that. But yeah, fuck owls, but like, you know what? When
Hey!
Yeah, I did that
Hey.
deliberately, I like owls. They go, whoo!
And Pup would just sit there and be like, man, Longclaw could get it.
Oh, she could. She could fucking get it any day. I would fucking give it to Longclaw day and night, mate. I'd make her go, whoo! I'd give her the good Ga'Hoole.
I don't like that.
I'd give her my Snyder cut.
Those were words, and
Good
I didn't
guy.
like any of them.
That good guy.
So
None of
shall
these
we
words are in the Bible.
shall we move on? You haven't read the Bible. Shall we move on to the next topic, which is apparently one you guys have talked about, but you're all shit.
Project-
So I think I
The
should.
Project 06 update?
Yeah, I just want to say.
Oh yeah, please. Why I mean, because we were talking last week about how you probably we were missing you because you would.
It's a thing you would be super into.
So wait, am I just the fan game guy on here?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, you're the most consistently on top of that shit. Yeah.
Right. Well, I want to talk to Noah Copeland in that case because you all got to do a show with him and I wasn't there. But
He's in the server. Just message him.
I want to talk to him. His game is
So do
awesome.
it.
I want to thank him. I've already messaged him on Twitter and thanked him, and he was completely cool and awesome. So yeah, but I want to be in a podcast with Noah Copeland. So we got to get him back somehow. But anyways, Chaos X. You might have heard of him, people in the audience. Chaos X is remaking Sonic 06 from the ground up in the Unity engine. And it's incredible to me that we've had the Sonic update, we've had the Shadow update, and now we've got the Silver update, which means all of their individual levels, I think barring boss fights, are out. We've got an almost complete remake of Sonic 06 on PC with quality of life improvements, and because this is Sonic 06, it's a fuck ton of quality of life improvements. Like, holy
Quality
shit.
of life improvements for Sonic 06 means the game runs in some cases.
What a great bloody timeline to be in, though, you know? I've not played the Silver update yet, But the fact that, like, all they really need to do now is, like, the hub world stuff, I guess implement the certain story things, but even then, they've got new cutscenes made for this that are all in-game and lead directly into the levels. Project 06 is an absolute marvel. And, like, I think the one thing it would struggle with is, like, if you don't fundamentally roll with the story, or you don't fundamentally roll with Princess Elise, like, you'd have to do quite a bit of work to kind of rework the story. But, like, the mechanics all feel good. Everything feels so good. It is such a good fucking game. But you know what I fucking adore so much about Project 06 as well? It's leading into a Sonic and the Secret Rings remake as well. I don't know if I've told you guys about this, but there's a thing called Project Wildfire, which is a mod for Project 06, which has full mod support, super easy to install. It is built into the game, so, like, they made it with every intention that there'd be mods. You can switch to the Sonic Unleashed playstyle. You can have a recreation of the boost gameplay. You can put that through Sonic 06. You can... Project Wildfire, they've already got a few levels down from Sonic and the Secret Rings, and you play it like a Sonic 06 sequel. It feels like you're in another timeline, where Sonic 06 was hugely successful, and they made a sequel, and that is what Project Wildfire feels like. And it's like, man, it's a looking glass into another fucking dimension. Alright? This isn't a fan game. This is a fucking window to another dimension. That's a big praise from me. But, goddamn, I love Project 06. I'm insanely excited to see this come to fruition. They've got the majority of the game now. It's here. It's amazing. It's one of those things where... if Sega was smart, they would offer Chaos X a big fat fucking sack of money and publish this and undo Sega's biggest fucking failure in Sonic history. No one would be able to make Sonic 06 jokes ever again.
Are you saying you want Sega to hire this man?
I don't think Chaos X is a man. I think Chaos X is a woman, in which case... I might be wrong there. But I think, if I remember right, someone told me Chaos X is a woman, in which case, Sega, hire this woman, but, it's never hire this woman, you fucking...
this badass?
No, seriously, hire him. Fucking hire him. I'm not even saying hire him. I'm saying just give him a fucking sack of money. You know? Like, just buy what they've made. They've already done it. You don't need to hire them. Just buy the product, publish it. You know? Like, I get it, like, it would be quite tricky to... you know, market a Sonic 06 remake with a bad reputation and all that, because most people are fucking cowards. They'll be like, I didn't like the original, so I don't want to buy the new one. But, like, goddamn.
Red Steel was a garbage fucking game, but Red Steel 2 was amazing. I would do it.
I didn't like Skyward Sword. I bought the remake, and I liked it more.
06 good in this case. Fucking Chaos X is rewriting history. Gotta bloody respect it. And yeah, like, I'm so excited to see this all coming together. You can probably fucking hear it in my voice, how excited I am.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm excited to see what the modding community brings to this as well. Like, Sonic fans, in terms of technical aspects, are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like, whenever I play Frontiers on PC, I've always got a certain amount of mods that I just keep there, and it just makes it a better fucking game. It makes it a fucking 10 out of 10 experience. And yeah, like... technical standpoint, creative standpoint, Sonic fans, look, we've riffed on how kind of fucking defensive these guys can be, how horny these fuckers can be, but, like, when they get creative, holy shit. I've tried modding, okay? I'm gonna drop a little, I'm trying to mod a Channel Pup into Sonic Frontiers. This model you see here, he's kind of in there, but he needs some re-rigging, and his eyes look really fucking cursed, and his head is transparent, and I got no idea how to fucking navigate this thing. So if there's any modders out there that want to help me out, that'd be amazing, but I'm thinking I might just go defeat and put a low poly model in there that looks all crunchy and Nintendo 6040. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Dude, Project 06 is insane. The modding community for Project 06 is insane. And goddamn, I'm thrilled to bits to see this thing really coming together.
It's good seeing you happy about things.
Thanks, man. Yeah, because I'm usually so fucking glum.
I know, right? God, you're usually such a downer.
Yeah, I'm usually so upset about everything.
Everything.
Yeah, I hate it here. Oh, and just to quickly answer a question in the chat here, because it's a cool question and I want to answer it. Far Too Sega for You, oh, that's a cool name, says, wait, Pup, have you played Sonic Venture on Dreams? Dude, I did a video on Sonic Venture. It's not the latest build, but I did ages ago a video on Sonic Venture. Sonic Venture is the renaissance of the Adventure-era Sonic. It is the closest thing you'll get to Adventure 3, and it is fantastic. So everyone needs to play it. But hell yeah, you know? Fucking love fan games. Fucking love this community. And goddamn, yeah, just let me take a moment to celebrate this, okay?
Just take a moment to squee. Oh god, he did it! Oh god. I didn't like that.
Never mind, we should not have let him squeak.
Shall we move on to the Super Chats?
I think so. I think so.
Alright. I got, burger. Our pal Jim, no I haven't, that's last week. Why did you not put a burger there? Alright, alright, so I've got Kaz, just sends $200 fucking dollars, sending 3 green hearts.
Jesus Christ.
How could you be so fiscally irresponsible, Kaz, but thank you so goddamn much. Like, you're way too generous.
Your fiscal irresponsibility is my Magic the Gathering cards. Thank you.
Do not buy Magic the Gathering cards with Sunset City money.
No.
Suris, burger.
Pup. Way past cool kid. Thank you for the $1.99. I only have this much to donate today, but I love y'all.
Oh, hell yeah. They should call you way past generous kid with the amount you do give us from week to week.
Combine it all together and it looks irresponsible.
Yeah. Wayne.
We got that Jordo with Fuck. We got that Jordo with $5. Before Sunset City episode 100, anyone want to admit they got a crush on me?
I mean, your profile picture has kind of that Chad look to him. You know the one I mean, the Chad Wojak with the cool curly mustache and the beard.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I think there's going to be plenty. I think, they are lining up. The Wojaks are lining up. Sonic Fan 1661 sends $5. I remember when I played Giganto's fight. I was so giddy I was losing my mind. It put the biggest smile on my face I've ever had in this series. I feel that. I remember Nick obviously got to play the game before I did because he got the review copy and everything. But I remember him being like, dude, that's the best Supersonic fight in the series. I don't know if he still feels that way, but he did say that at the time. And I was so excited, and when I got to do it myself, I was like, holy shit. They went hard, man. And I remember my response to the Wyvern fight, I was like, okay, fine, you are the best Sonic game.
I do like the boss fights in this game. I felt the same way. I said that I didn't do that fight on stream. Like, I was just kind of fucking around, did the fight and went, oh, that would have been...
Like, by the time I got to night, I was like, okay, this is the best thing the series has ever done. Fucking momentum, get that shit out of here. Give me more punching things.
We can have both, though.
No! Burger
yeah,
HD Suris.
Mr. SP, thank you for the 428. I'm glad you had a great birthday, Pup.
When did I ever say that? I had a fucking terrible birthday.
Well, we could always fix it.
I kid. I had a great birthday.
You can't have more birthdays if you're not alive.
I'll make you have a worse birthday.
Burger Wayne.
Alright, we got Mr. SP with $5. In No More Heroes, you go poop in order to save. You'd think Suris would like it more, or at least strongly relate to it.
Mr. SP has a fantastic understanding of what Suris is like.
No More Heroes is one of my favorite games.
You can also do that in Ty the Tasmanian Tiger.
You can also do that in The Life of Suris.
Oh.
Well. Suris Simulator.
Started doing those jokes almost 3 years ago. And they haven't stopped.
So when is Suris Poocam going to come out? You can't just make content about everything but your defining trait.
Damn it! God fucking damn it!
So, Crimson Rose sends $2. Hi, Sonic fan people. Hello, Crimson Rose person.
Hello, Sonic fan Crimson Rose.
Burger HD for Suris.
Crimson Rose again, but this time with $99.99. Because
could you not just give us an extra cent? Fucking stingy.
No, it's funnier that way.
So
It's
stingy.
American that way.
So fucking...
Pup is turning into Nick.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
every
grumpy
day
all
I
the
grow
time.
older, yeah, I'm turning into Nick. To grow old is to become Nick.
Be
Oh, I don't want
that which
that.
you hate.
Well, I'm gonna fucking vomit.
Oh god, I'm gonna lose a gallbladder over that.
Fuck. God damn it.
All
right.
I miss Golly the Stone. I hope he's doing well.
We got Crimson Rose with
Burger
$5.
HD.
We got Crimson Rose with $5. This is important. In the new DLC, will we get to play as Big the Cat? I doubt it.
Honest to God, all they have to do is have Sonic pass the fishing rod over to Big, and just go from there. Let us fish as Big. That's all I need.
It's the Supreme Titan comes down again, like for round 2. Big the Cat just steps out of the portal. No, Sonic, leave him to me.
They just add Big as a playable character, and he has the most perfect...
bitch.
He has the most perfect replication of Sonic's classic playstyle in 3D. It's like, there's your fucking momentum. It's with Big the Cat only.
I came to catch fish and kick ass.
And I'm all out of dick. Wait.
Wait.
Yeah.
Burger. Wayne.
All right. I just did.
No,
I just did the last
did
one.
you? Is it me then?
I can take this one. It's
Are
fine.
you sure it's not Suris? No, Suris Red Pup is turning into Nick. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay. I got this
No,
one.
no,
And then we're-
shut up!
good at
Shut
your
up!
job.
It's me. It's me.
Oh,
Crimson Rose sends $2 saying Big the Cat is the end boss, where they're both purple and fat, so yeah, that would explain it.
Leave Eggman to me, Sonic.
I'm gonna squish him with my fat cheeks.
I'm gonna hurt him.
I'm gonna take a shit.
I'm gonna fuck.
Alright, Burger Suris.
Ozjam H, thank you for the $2. Boiger Boss featuring Channel Pupzilla.
Oh, hell yeah. Wait, is the burger fighting me?
I think you are the burger.
Am I the Giganto and the Boiger is... Oh, wait, no, the Boiger's the boss. Okay, so it's just a big old... Or am
This
I
is
just...
a whole weird-ass headcanon.
Am I a Godzilla-sized pup that is just fighting a regular-sized burger?
Welcome to Pup's Kaiju Burger!
And knowing me, I'd still find a way to lose. That was a joke about incompetence. I'm not depressed. Burger. Wayne!
Okay. Sonic fan 1661 $2. Don't read this out
No,
the right way. What?
Not yet. Okay, now. Wayne.
Awkward silence.
No, read the... Ah, you fucked it. You fucked it completely. You couldn't have fucked it worse if you literally pulled out your dick and put it in it. God damn. Thank you,
Your
Sonic
mom.
Fan 1661. Burger. Oh, it's me. Sonic Fan 1661 sends $10. Hey, Suris, you seem to know a lot about unions. You seem to know a lot about unions. So, how might I convince co-workers to form one? Especially at a place like Walmart. They're very skeptical of the idea. They're left-leaning ideas in general. Sorry. They're very skeptical of the idea and left-leaning ideas in general.
So, here's the problem. Walmart spends a lot of money making sure that they have anti-union propaganda, and Walmart operates in a lot of right-to-work right-to-work states. So, here's the issue. Trying to start a union in Walmart, as much as it is a worthwhile endeavor, historically, here's what Walmart has done when workers have unionized. When one store's workers have unionized, they have two courses of action. One is they'll just fire most of the workers. They've done it before. And then they'll call in workers from other stores to replace those workers temporarily. The issue with unionizing Walmart is it's so big you have to unionize the entire thing, because the other thing they have historically done when workers have unionized Walmart is one Walmart would get unionized, and the CEO would close that Walmart down, would literally just turn the entire, like, the store's gone. The store would just get deleted.
That's just
Building would be there, but nobody's jobs would be there, all the product would be pulled out, and that's it. This is a thing that has happened with Walmart before. So, could I come up with a good strategy for unionizing Walmart? Unfortunately, no, because Walmart spends more money than I can think of counter-strategizing for that.
Your solution is to look for a place to work that's not Walmart.
If it means anything, guys. So one time I went to Walmart, and they didn't have Across the Spider-Verse Marvel Legends action figures, but I went to Target, and they had Marvel Legends Across the Spider-Verse figures. What does that say? Alright, thank you very much. I like Marvel Legends Across the Spider-Verse figures, and I'm excited for Across the Spider-Verse, and I want to talk about it. Burger. Is it me? It's Suris, you're up.
Oh, shit, right. Ozjim H, thank you for the $1. Antarctica Cold Takes.
That's $2.
Disney remakes should stop. Oh, $2.
How did you get the number wrong? Does that
I
look
don't
like a
know.
1?
I can't read. I play trading card games.
You shit.
Yeah, Disney remake should stop. And you know what? I agree. If there's one thing I've realized, there are certain mediums that don't really need remakes the way that video games do. And it's movies and books.
You know what I would say?
I'm sorry.
You know what I would say? I think nothing should stop, but they should just make everything good. That's my solution. Pup for President 2024.
Do the remakes, but make them good.
Just make everything good. Like, imagine just a non-stop stream of just nothing but good content from every medium, every franchise, everything. That'd be badass.
Late stage capitalism, here we go.
Yeah, I saw the movie Babylon recently on a flight, and I really liked it. It's irrelevant, but I just thought I'd just check it out, right?
Wayne, get us out of this. You're the next one.
Watch Suzume.
I need to.
Was that an anime?
Oh, dude, Pup, I actually think you would really like it.
Okay, well, yeah, just write down the name of it for me at some point, and I can maybe suggest it for the film night with the boys.
Yeah, I still playing in theaters in the States. I don't know if it's got a theatrical release over there, but
okay.
Definitely worth checking.
So it's recent.
Dude. Oh yeah, and Makoto Shinkai, like, he's one of the few directors I've seen, like, from Japan where his anime films, like, actually make it to theaters, and I just try to go into his movies as blind as possible, not knowing anything about what's about it going in, and just letting the movie tell me a story. It's great. It's not the most amazing movie you're ever gonna see, but it is good, and it's definitely worth seeing in a theater if you can.
I want to make a T-shirt to sell as merch with Channel Pup in 3D on it that just says "Kill the animation industry."
Oh no!
Just don't.
Just for absolutely no reason, just be completely hostile.
You just decided to start a war today.
No more hand-drawn animation. It's all shit. I hate it. No, I love hand-drawn animation. I miss it.
Yeah. Oh, dude, like, trust me, if you just want to go see, like, a hand-drawn animation movie, like, in theaters, you go see Suzume. It's really good.
Okay.
Anyway, we got Crimson Rose for $2. Oh.
Oh, wait, wrong one. Yep, nope, sorry, go. You're ready.
06 good. 06 good, no?
06? What if 06 always good?
Nah, it wasn't.
Yeah, you're right. Still, you know.
I still enjoy 06.
It was never that bad, but it was never, like, good. I don't know. I just...
There have been worse games in the fucking Sonic series.
Yeah, like, you know the Giga Chad take is the worst Sonic game is Sonic Jam on the Gamecom. Virgin take, Sonic 06 is the worst Sonic game. Fucking Giga Virgin take, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric is the worst Sonic game. Base take, Gamecom, mate, fucking unplayable. Fucking excruciating. Well, anyway, I think I'm up with Burger HD. Sonic Fan 1661 sends $2. Pup, I give you permission to squee, but even worse. Why, thank you, Sonic Fan 1661. Just because you give me permission doesn't mean I'm going to do it. Okay, right, sorry. Alright, yeah, Suris, you're up with Burger.
Crimson Rose, thank you for the $5. Got any recommendations for Dreamcast games I should check out? I just got one. Yeah, Jet Set Radio.
I got a recommendation for a savings account for you to put all this money in. This is a bad investment, but thank you so much, for real. Like, in all seriousness.
Biggest ones are going to be Jet Grind Radio, Echo, you know what? Echo the Dolphin, Defender of the Future. That is a fascinating game for the Dreamcast. Games didn't look like that back then. It should not look the way it does on the Dreamcast.
Can I see a picture of it?
It should not be possible. I will show you footage, Pup. Like I've sat down with my upscaler just to gather some footage and just to like record some of it. I'll send some your way.
Wayne.
Games did not look like that back then.
Mm-hmm. I only asked for a picture. All right. I don't want
send you footage.
I don't go to McDonald's and say, yeah, I'll take a Big Mac, and then they give me the fucking kit and caboodle. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't be mad about that. Fine, fucking send it away.
But yeah.
Dead or Alive 2. I'll put Dead or Alive 2.
Yeah.
That's another one of those games that just like looks way better than it should.
Skies of Arcadia is one I want to recommend, but also that game's expensive.
Sonic Adventure 2 for the Sega Dreamcast. That's my recommendation.
I do like the way that game looks on the Dreamcast.
And also 1, but to a lesser extent, 1.
I think 1 is more improved on the Dreamcast than 2 is.
It is, but I will always recommend 2. I mean, I recommend what? Fuck it, I recommend them both. Just shut up.
2 has better Chow Gardens.
2 is just a bigger, more exciting experience for me. I do love 1, though.
And Choo Choo Rocket.
Wait, how has nobody suggested Crazy Taxi?
Hang on, didn't Crimson Rose say a couple of weeks ago that they were getting a Dreamcast, and they were asking if they got a good deal? Am I tripping there?
They did in fact ask about that, yeah.
Yeah, see, I remember the things you guys say to me. I listen. I'm a good friend.
You like the friendship, don't you?
You like the friendship with Channel Pup, don't you, Crimson Rose? Burger. Is it me? Or is it Wayne?
I don't fucking know anymore. We'll just say, Nami the Neko with $2. Meow. Thank you.
Shut up, Nami.
You're speaking Suris' language.
I'm kidding.
Burger. Alright, so Oz Jam Age sends $5. Alright, Papa Boyga, when's the voice line mod and the replacement of Sonic references with Sunset City ones? Reminds me of the time of foibles. If we could get that up and running, that would be rather funny. Just like Sonic Frontiers, but all of the dialogue exchanges are just ripped from Sunset City. You go speak to Amy, and then you get the Gilly versus Pup Sonic 2 sprite debate.
Oh my god.
That would be hilarious. Burger. Suris.
No.
Come on, do it.
No.
They didn't pay $2 for nothing, you gotta do it.
Hey. Sonic Fan 1661 for $2. Suris Poocam. Suris Poocam. Suris Poocam. Suris. There. Pup?
Yeah?
Have I ever told you how much I despise you?
A few times, I guess. I tend to just ignore it and assume the best, though.
Hey, Pup, do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man? I mean, the Muffin Man. The one that lives on Drury Lane? Alright. Little Wayne-a-thon, you are up. Oh, shit. There, now
we got Crimson. we got Crimson Rose with $5. Hey, Suris, this isn't Sonic related, but I have to ask, do you have an opinion on Ruby? Okay, so, Podcast 2.0. Suris, you and I got this.
We're just going to talk about Ruby.
Actually, you gotta catch the fuck up. You're behind, aren't you?
I do need to catch the fuck up, but you know what we could do? We could do an episode by episode synopsis.
Oh man. Okay,
Not
let's start
now.
from. Actually, no. We got to start. At
Not
the
right
trailer.
now.
Can I just sit in
Yeah,
the
we do need to
corner?
start at the trailers. 'Cause the
You need
trailers
like
are
a
canon.
fireside chat for that, I think.
Yes, that would be a really cool idea. Would it be great if we
Oh,
discussed
man.
that at the point to do?
I would love
maybe?
to. I would love to just go to some like cool little spot. Just kind of like discuss shit like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
If only
Yeah.
we had some kind of group channel that a small number of us could use.
Yeah, and then we could use that to talk about things we love that aren't Sonic on days that aren't Friday.
Oh man, that's a novel idea.
It's
I
almost
wonder
like
if
we're
that
about
idea
to
will-
announce a spin-off of sorts, but not yet.
It would be weird if we were to do something like that, wouldn't
Wouldn't it be crazy?
Uh.
This spin-off should be called Too Much Sunset City. We are going to ask you for more of your time. Alright, well, did you just have like a quick opinion on Ruby? Which I've been saying is Rawby this entire time.
The show is better than H Bomber Guy has led people to believe. Please fucking watch it.
I think H Bomber Guy was also kind of correct about the beginning stages of the show. I think
I
he made a
mean,
lot of good points.
So here's the thing though. When a content creator says something about a show, people
Yeah.
tend to take that and run with it like to the nines.
Yeah.
I agree with most of the things H Bomber Guy said, and still think the show is really good and worth watching.
Yeah, I think it does struggle at points. I think seasons 4 and 5
They're the low
did
points.
not know what the fuck they were doing.
Oh, by the
and
way,
those really could have been condensed into one fucking season, and just save a lot of our goddamn time. The most recent stuff has been the best the show has had to offer, and it's fantastic. And I was really pleased with where Volume 9 ended.
by the way, I've just been alerted that we missed a super chat. Wayne, you didn't write it down. You motherfucker.
Which super chat?
It was from Mr. SP. It was shortly before, I believe, the Suris Pucam one. So, shall I just read that out now?
Yeah,
go
Pup, how could you miss that, Pup?
How could I miss that? It's almost
Yeah.
like you didn't
How-
fucking
how
write
did
it
you
down,
miss
Wayne!
That's really irresponsible of you to just push off your responsibilities on
This is
people
a
like that,
super
Pup.
Andy ACS situation all over again.
God damn it, I blame Mike for that.
I remember all of them. I remember all their names. Alright, so, Mr. SP sends $5. Sonic had a rough transition to 2006. When you have 3 games and Sonic Rides is infinitely better than the other 2, you have a serious issue. God damn, Burger. God damn. I need to play Sonic Rides. I've never played it.
Spin dashing down the old bunny trail.
Like a double wide surprise.
Hell yeah, brother.
Damn.
Alright,
Oh my god.
okay, so since I just went with Mr. SP, that means Suris, you are up.
This one is from OzJam H. Said, Pup, you mentioned wanting to review the animated West Batman films. Got me thinking, are you gonna cover more DC animated stuff like the DCAU and such?
Honestly, I need time to watch more of it. I've only seen a couple of DCAU films. If we're not talking about, like, the Timverse, I guess. So,
I think we're talking about the Timverse.
oh no, I don't think we're talking about the Timverse, are we? Because I think the DCAU was, like, Justice League Apocalypse War and stuff like that.
No, because like the DCAU, as far as and obviously OzJam can clarify, but as far as I've been concerned, that's always been everything spanning from Batman the Animated Series onwards.
I mean, he's saying and the DC, like, animated stuff like that. So, it could be basically any more animated DC films. And, like, yeah, there's stuff I'd like to talk about. Like, I think when the Flash movie comes out, I want to talk a little bit about Justice League, the Flashpoint Paradox. Because I did see that quite a while ago and enjoyed that quite a bit. Justice League, The New Frontier. Frontier. And of course, yeah, I will be talking at some stage about the 2 Adam West Batman animated films, which were Batman Return of the Caped Crusaders and Batman v Two-Face. Both of which...
OzJam was talking about the Timverse, by the way.
Oh, the Timverse. Well, in that case, I got stuff to say about the Timverse. Yeah, like, the Timverse, was that, like, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, Batman Sub-Zero, there was Mystery of the Batwoman. I think that was.
It's also Batman the Animated Series, Justice League, Static Shock. All of that's in the same canon.
Right,
Superman
okay,
the
yeah, sorry,
Animated
my
Series.
head was just jumped on movies for a minute there. Well, yeah, like, you know, I'm obviously, like, a massive fan of, like, Batman the Animated Series, and the Justice League Animated Series as well. I've actually recently done a collaboration with V Infuso on a project that did take place in the Timverse, but it was a video game. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to reveal what it is yet, so I'm not going to say anything more than that, but it's a video game that takes place in the Timverse, and if you go to V Infuso's channel, I'm in it. It's a big old crossover, and it's something that we occasionally do, so, you know, if there's, like, if you want to see me talk more DC topics and stuff, I tend to do that a lot more in V Infuso's videos, so check it out when it's out, I guess. I'll post a link to it on Twitter, and just watch that space, you know? But as it is, yeah, there's plenty of room to do that. In fact, I know it's not DC, but I am kind of prepping a Spider-Man animated series retrospective, so, like, we'll also be doing that too. There's lots to come, and you know that the Timverse is going to be a part of that. And, yeah, Wayne, I think you're up.
Okay. Mr. SP with $2. Imagine a remake of 1984 for Zoomers, 2054.
I mean, all things considered,
this is literally 2054.
all things considered, the whole premise of 1984 was that this was based off of things that Orwell was seeing at the time. Like, these were just extrapolations on shit that was already happening. So, I mean, I guess 2054 would just be Black Mirror? Like,
But good?
Hey, whoa. I haven't seen much of it, but that's quite a hot take.
There have been some good episodes. It's just not the majority.
The only one I've really seen is Bandersnatch, but I know one thing, I really do like Charlie Brooker, who is the writer and producer.
Watch Shut Up and Dance.
Okay.
Yeah, Shut Up and Dance was, hoo boy. Oh, fuck.
So was it bad?
No, it's good.
Oh.
It's really fucking good, but, like, goddamn the turn it takes. Holy shit.
Damn. Okay. Who's up with the next one? Is it me?
I think it's you, yeah.
Burger. Okay, so Channel Pup, oh, good to see here, buddy, has generously donated £2 and says, Suris, say uwu.
No.
He did donate £2, Suris.
You're about $98 too short.
He donated £2, mate. You can't just waste his money like that.
I can waste especially that person's money.
I think you should do it anyways, you know, for the fun, you know?
No.
All right.
I can think of better ways to slit my wrists.
All right, well, I tried. All right, then. Well, you're up with the next one.
Crimson Rose, thank you for the $2. Pup, I could take it or leave it. Also, Nami in my chat just did you a favor, and I hate both of you.
Thank you to the generous people on Suris' subathon for making my dream come true. Go on, Suris. For my 16th birthday.
Eternally 16. It's illegal for me to beat you. Fine. Ooh. There you go. There you go. Do you feel powerful now?
I do.
Do you feel like you're happy?
Well,
like
more than
things
that.
went your way?
More than that, I feel like someone out there has my back, and that's a nice feeling.
That's
feel like a man.
All right, who's up?
I think it's me. I think it's me with OzJamH, $5. Sponsored by the oppressed group of...
No, it's Mr. SP.
No, we've done Mr. SP.
No, we did that one. We did that one.
Also, hang on. Wait, what was Crimson Rose saying?
Right.
Pop, I could take it or leave it too. I can't remember now.
I don't remember.
Might have been Sonic Adventure 2.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, so come on, take us away with the OzJamH.
All right, yeah, sponsored by the most oppressed group of all, gamers. Have a gamer juice if you feel like you need to say offensive words and consume Zack Snyder films.
That doesn't say that, does it? It's a Sack Zinder.
Oh god, what did my brain do there?
Zack Zinder?
He loves his gamer juice. He loves his cars.
Oh yeah, Michael loves his cars.
He loves his cars.
his
He
cars.
loves his cars. Your uncle gets into a lot of car accidents. Yeah, he loves his cars.
You kiss her dad on the mouth.
Burger. It's me, isn't it? So, Crimson Rose sends $2. Thank you, Crimson Rose. Wayne, have you seen V9? No spoilers.
I have. I liked it. I think it was important. Everything that happened in the previous season was fucking incredible, but they needed to give those characters a breather after that shit, and I think Volume 9 was an appropriate way to go about it. A little slow in places. The pacing was not fantastic. I feel like it felt especially small as a season given how much we got in Volume 8, but overall, I like where it left the characters and the world building towards the end, and yeah, they did make one little reveal of how that place connected to the larger universe.
Han Solo dies. There, I spoiled it.
And that caught me off guard, and I thought it was really cool. Yeah, it was good.
Did I
Volume
ever
9
tell
was good.
Pup? Did I ever tell you how I got that spoiled for me?
No?
So I was working overnight shift at Quick Trip, and somebody called the store, and I'm manager, so I answered the phone, and guy just shrieks into the phone, Han Solo dies! It's just like, wow, thanks, buddy. I was planning on seeing that tomorrow, but fuck you.
I feel like I would have been like, okay, that doesn't have any context. I don't know.
I mean, there was a
Damn.
new Star Wars movie out.
Yeah.
So
I suppose.
if-
Either
if
way,
you were-
guy's still a bit of a poopy head. A big bitch, if you will.
a right cock.
Total twat. Okay. Burger. Who is it? Is it me?
I think
No.
it's you.
I don't think it is me.
Sonic fan 1661 with $2. Hey pup. Say ooh woo.
Ooh woo.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Fuck. Oh no.
I don't want that ever again. Those were bad ear sounds.
Okay, I'm up. Burger. The Evil Delic sends 1 lick 99. Pup, as a fellow Brit, have you seen Inside Number 9? I actually did see, like, the really early seasons of it. I haven't, like, seen any of the more recent stuff. I don't know if it's still going on. Because, truth be told, I don't really have a TV license. But, like...
Oh, you got a license for that?
Yeah, it's a thing in the UK. The TV license is what funds the BBC. And it's like a legal requirement to have a TV license if you are to watch the BBC or any other channel. But if you just have streaming or whatever, I don't think you need one. But yeah, like, I saw the very early seasons, and yeah, it's cool. I don't know if you guys have seen Inside Number 9, but it's like this, anthology series, and it always relates to, like, the number 9 door number in some ways, but it could literally be anything. And it's usually very cleverly crafted. But again, I've only seen like 2 seasons of it, and they were the early ones, and I last saw them when they came out, so I don't have the most recollection of them. But, hell yeah, you ain't shit. I got a question for you, Evil Delic. As a fellow British person, do you like to watch Come Dine With Me when you get home from school? Or work, or college? I used to watch it when I would get home from school, that's why I said from school. Anywho. Burger. Well, I read the last one. Suris, that means you're up.
Sonic Fan 1661, thank you for the $5. You committed to that way more than I thought you would, LMAO.
Yeah, I don't do things by halves.
Yeah.
I'm not a pussy like that, you know? So, are we cutting off super chats here?
I already did before that one came
Are
in,
we
but yeah, definitely for
circumcising
now.
the super chats?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no more super chat foreskin to be found.
Do not send us more money. I mean, you can if you want, but we won't read it until next week. So that wraps up another wonderful episode of Sunset City. Wayne, what are you up to?
Digimon Rumble Arena's going up on Patreon today, and it'll be up for everybody on Sunday.
Oh God. Uh-oh, guys, just you keep deadly still. Keep deadly still, boys. He's been resting, and he's extra hungry now. He's come out of his hibernation. Alright, Suris, anyways, what the fuck are you up to?
I'm in the middle of a subathon still, and I'm currently stuck in a Sonic onesie.
You're making copious amounts of cash?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's copious, but
Yeah, copious amounts of cash.
it is money of the tangible
It's
variety.
never enough for this Hollywood elite over here, so pay him as
Oh
much
my
as you can.
fucking
Slip
God.
some dollar bills between his toes, you know, make him a happy bunny.
Oh,
Allow him to pay for more food to shit out. Fucking waste.
Jesus.
In my case, I am making more YouTube videos of the entertaining variety. I'm currently in the midst of
that's
a
a change of pace.
Yeah, shut up. I'm currently in the midst of a big Spider-Man retrospective. So I kind of, thought, last time I did a Spider-Man retrospective properly was back in 2019, and it was fucking garbo, because back then I was a much worse YouTuber than I am now. I've come such a long way, everyone praise me. But, yeah, so we've got a few parts of that already out. There's a playlist for it. I've covered Spider-Man 2002, Spider-Man 2, both the 2.1 and original cut, Spider-Man 3, both the original and the editor's cut, Spider-Man 4, done a video about that, kind of talking about some of the concepts that would have made it into the film, and I recently did one on Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, both versions of the Broadway disaster, and it is a very entertaining story. Just how much can go wrong? It's a total Murphy's Law. Next up is The Amazing Spider-Man, a film that I've previously dragged through the mud because I was a shit garbage analysis YouTuber, but now that I'm a good analysis YouTuber, I'm ready to give it its fair dues, devoid of bad faith criticism. So that's me.
And drag it through the mud in a deserving manner.
I'm not gonna do that. I actually, been rewatching it and analyzing it for the purpose of doing this, and I think I love this movie. And maybe it's just tastes have changed, maybe it's MCU fatigue, but I was like, man, for better or for worse, there was stuff in this that didn't work so well, but it's something special.
Oh, I like the first one.
Yeah, the first one, yeah. The second one is a mixed bag. And it kind of results in it being a very messy movie, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
We'll cross that bridge when we come.
Hey, you ain't shitting, brother.
What? Please don't speak.
Hell yeah, brother.
God.
So we done?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. Get us out of here.